folks, I dug through countless hours of politicians' filings so that you don't have to, and I came across one specific penny stock that Congress has been quietly snapping up again and again. And we're also going to be talking about why you may want to just consider buying this stock before August 10th, because there's a very, very big catalyst coming on that date, and perhaps that is why Congress had bought this stock. Now, folks, if you've been following my congressional trade videos, you know just how profitable it can be to track what politicians are buying. In fact, the very stock that we're going to be talking about today in this video has already gone up some 30% since we first covered how Congress bought it back on July 1st. But don't worry, if Congress is to be trusted to look out for their own self-interest, well, that indicates that its run is just getting started, and in fact, I believe there's a reason it's running right now, and that's why it's so important that you watch today's deep dive video, because it may have a ton more run coming. Now, as you know, Congress tends to be extremely gifted at picking the right stocks right before important congressional votes on new chosen government contractors, economic packages, or subsidies are announced. Whether it's defense, healthcare, infrastructure, fossil fuels, it just doesn't matter. And why is that? Well, the New York Times found that nearly half of the Congress folks who trade stocks, are on congressional committees that give them direct insight into the companies whose shares they reported buying or selling. Now, some people call that corruption and others call that extra due diligence. That's up to you to decide. This video isn't about judging these congressmen. In fact, I want to let the judges do that. I don't want to be judgy. Oh wait, what does this article say? Federal judges or their brokers traded stocks of litigants during case. Oh no, well, we better take this up with the Supreme Court. Oh wait, what? Alright, well, if you can't beat them, I guess you better just join them. In today's video, we'll break down the latest small cap that Congress is plowing into, and before we get into it, I do want to remind you that, as always, if you're the one taking the risk, you got to be the one doing the ultimate frisk. Always do your own due diligence on all ideas presented here on the channel. And today's video is brought to you by our absolutely free daily email newsletter reports, linked down below. Don't miss the coming articles. We have some really, really hot ideas coming out very, very soon. Okay, so if you dig through congressional filings, Humacyte is one of the smallest penny stock status stocks that Congress likes to buy and hold, and what makes it special is it's in the very spikelicious world of biotech. We love Mr. Spiky, and spikelicious is something that we very, very much enjoy. Biotech is one of my favorite sectors because most of these companies' entire future is based on one or two exciting products in the FDA pipeline, and if they get approved, their stocks can go up hundreds, if not thousands, of percentage points. So what exactly is Humacyte? Well, Humacyte Inc. is an unconventional, novel player in the biotech world that's making some waves with groundbreaking advancements in regenerative medicine. Founded in 2004, Humacyte is on a mission to change the game in how we treat vascular and organ issues, and they're doing some pretty peculiar stuff with bioengineered human tissues. Sounds a little freaky, sounds a little bit like a sci-fi movie, but it's very, very useful in the field. Their star product is the Human Acellular Vessel, or HAV for short. These HAVs are essentially bioengineered blood vessels that can be used in a variety of vascular surgeries. What's neat is they culture human vascular cells on a biodegradable scaffold, which eventually leaves behind a fully functional blood vessel. These aren't just any blood vessels, though. They're designed to be used universally, which means less risk of rejection and no need for immunosuppressive drugs. Now, who exactly is using Humacyte's tech? Well, their main clients include hospitals, vascular surgeons, and big-name medical research institutions. Their products are especially useful for things like dialysis access, treating peripheral arterial disease, and fixing vascular trauma. They also team up with government agencies and the military to tackle trauma and battlefield injuries, which is probably why Congress likes them in the first place. Plus, their clinical trials are done with top medical centers, ensuring everything is up to par. But why exactly is Humacyte competitive? Why? Well, Humacyte stands out in the crowded biotech space for a few big reasons that you got to know. Their HAVs, which you talked about earlier, have some major benefits over traditional synthetic grafts and autologous vessels, whether you're talking lower infection rates, quicker availability, and better durability. The fact that their products are off the shelf and don't need to be customized for each patient is a big stinking deal. They also have a strong patent portfolio that keeps their tech protected and gives them a leg up on the competition. We love patents, folks. Now, why might they have upside potential? Well, after some digging, it seems that the upside for Humacyte is pretty damn huge. It seems like Congress is onto something here that you could see very, very clearly for advanced medical solutions in vascular and organ repair. The market for vascular grafts and bioengineered tissues is simply growing very, very fast thanks to an aging population, wars, and more cases of vascular diseases. Humacyte's HAVs solve a lot of problems with existing products, putting them in a prime spot to grab a big chunk of the market. Once they start commercializing their products, we could see some serious revenue growth, and we love seeing growth, folks. Let's talk about price targets from analysts. Now, analysts are pretty bullish on Humacyte stock, with some even predicting it could double or triple. These optimistic targets are based on the expected approval and success of their products in the market. But as traders and speculators here, we know that any kind of catalyst for a biotech stock could send the stock, at least temporarily, up 3, 4, 500, even thousands of percentage points. And that's why it's so important to look at the upcoming catalyst for this company. As Humacyte continues to hit their milestones, we might see these targets go even higher as well. Now let's go ahead and talk about strategic partnerships. They're working with top medical research institutions for clinical testing and validation. They've also teamed up with, again, government agencies and the military, giving them extra funding and resources and access to new use cases in trauma and emergency medicine. These partnerships are a big part of their strategy to grow and build credibility. So what's on the horizon for Humacyte? Well, there are a few main catalysts that could drive their growth. The main one that you're going to see if you do your own research on this company is getting their HAVs approved and onto the market. Success in their clinical trials, their ongoing clinical trials, will be key for this. They're also looking to expand their partnerships with, you guessed it, government agencies, the military, and healthcare providers, which could speed up adoption. Advancements in bioengineering tech and new product developments are also pretty damn big opportunities. They're constantly exploring new use cases for their bioengineering platform beyond just vascular grafts as well. This includes organ regeneration and tissue repair. They're also working on improving the functionality and longevity of their bioengineered tissues, making them more suitable for more medical conditions. Innovations in their manufacturing processes will help them meet further demand and lower costs. So let's go ahead and talk about market expansion opportunities. Now, Humacyte is on a mission to expand its market presence both in the US and internationally. They're targeting new geographic markets by getting regulatory approvals and setting up distribution networks. Emerging markets where advanced medical technologies are in demand present pretty damn big growth opportunities, and they're also exploring new verticals like diabetic foot ulcers and coronary artery bypass grafting to broaden the use of their products. Let's go ahead and talk about the financials. So financial, Humacyte is showing some promise. They're investing heavily into research and development and have a growing pipeline of clinical programs, which once or if they get to market, could bring in significant revenue. They're also smart about securing funding through partnerships, government grants, and capital markets to support their growth. Of course, the company's not profitable yet, but there is a lot of opportunity for profitability down the road. Now let's talk about the regulatory environment. So navigating the regulatory landscape is of course crucial for any biotech, but also for Humacyte. They're working closely with regulatory agencies like the FDA to make sure they're compliant and to get their products approved and to market. The regulatory environment for bioengineered tissues is evolving with more recognition of their benefits. And in terms of actual progress, Humacyte has been making some exciting strides. Their HAV has been granted priority review, which is a speedy review process by the FDA for treating urgent arterial repairs following vascular trauma. This must mean the FDA sees a lot of promise in this treatment, and that is the reason that they are fast-tracking the review process. The decision date is set for August 10th, 2024, which means a little bit less than a month from today. You're going to have a big potential catalyst if they do get approved. Maybe they know something's going to happen on this date ahead of time. If you look at the pipeline on their website, they plowed through phase 3 in a couple categories, are in mid to late stage in others, and then they are starting to work on some of their future exciting advanced tissue constructs for urinary, tracheal, and esophageal problems. As these move through the pipeline, I'd expect more spikes during each stage. For example, on July 8th, Humacyte's ATEV was granted a key designation, which was largely what caused the current momentum cycle to wake up. Okay, let's talk about challenges and risks. So, of course, there are challenges and risks with anything in the stock market, especially in the biotech sector. In terms of this stock, well, regulatory delays, competition, and technological advancements are all potential hurdles. Even if the company gets to market, manufacturing scale-up and cost management are also very, very critical and are things that investors buying the stock are going to want to consider. Humacyte needs to address these challenges head-on through strategic planning and risk management to keep their growth on track. Now, why else might Congress be investing in the stock? What would be the reasoning here? Well, government officials might have better insights into the regulatory landscape and the likelihood of Humacyte's products gaining approval. If they believe that the company's bioengineered vessels and tissues are likely to receive FDA approval and other regulatory endorsements, they might see this as a strong signal to invest. There's also the situation where, from a national security perspective, having advanced medical technologies that can be deployed in field hospitals or for disaster response is critical. Humacyte's HAVs, again being universally implantable and quickly available, might fit this need perfectly. One of the key areas where the government is interested in Humacyte's products is the military, right? The HAVs have significant potential for treating vascular injuries on the battlefield, and they are already being deployed in Ukraine. These bioengineered vessels can be used in trauma very, very, very quickly and can effectively repair damaged blood cells, which is vital in emergency and combat situations. The military's interest in HAVs is due to their durability, reduced infection risk, and the ability to be used universally without the need for immunosuppressive drugs. Of course, there's also the potential for public-private partnerships. Humacyte collaborates with government agencies and the military, which can provide significant funding and support for their projects. Government officials who are aware of or are involved in these partnerships might see investing in Humacyte as a way to support that and benefit from the collaborations. So anyways, in conclusion, the reason that you might want to take a look at Humacyte is because it's a trailblazer in the regenerative medicine field, which might go go a long way in terms of tackling the critical needs in vascular and organ repair, which are huge markets. Their bioengineered human tissues offer significant advantages over traditional solutions, setting them up for significant growth. And with positive analyst targets, a robust pipeline, and several future catalysts, Humacyte is a compelling stock to watch. As they continue to innovate and expand, I think they're poised to make a big impact on healthcare, improving patient outcomes and transforming medical practice. And I think that's why you saw Congress buy it and why it's worth a look today. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and let me know what you think about Humacyte, ticker symbol HUMA, in the comments. Make sure to sign up for our absolutely free newsletter. We send out reports each and every single morning, and you're not going to want to miss some of the ones that we have for you coming this week. Have a good one, folks. We'll see you in the next video.